Hey guys, this be a video from me. Haven't done a video in a long time. Been kind of taking a break from Bible vids and buying a bunch of Bibles, and it is kind of costly, and I can't afford to buy a ton of Bibles. So I get a lot of gifts from people, and I do give a lot of gifts to people. So sometimes, they're coming in, sometimes they don't, and sometimes we take time off. This is going to be an interrupted video once in a while because I'm kind of right next to a widely traveled road in my area for farmland, so we might get some trucks that go by, so please forgive me for that. This is my wife's Thompson Chain, New King James, back from Bensbibles. He does really nice custom rebinds, and his Facebook page is really easy to get a hold of him. Just message him if you're interested in getting a Bible redone by Ben, and I highly recommend his work. This Bible is amazing. I have it here in the sun because this leather is it changes colors in the light, especially once you take it indoors. It becomes very dark. In natural, like in your home, the light in your house will be not as good as the sun to get the color to pop out. So I wanted to get it out here in the sunshine, kind of show it at an angle, and then I'll go back over here in the shade a little bit. But it's really hard to capture on film because of the shine, the reflection from the lamb skin has a really high shine to it, so it kind of fights with the camera here. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. One of the nicest Bibles I've ever actually had the privilege of holding and looking through. Very thick cover. He did a super nice job on this cover. I mean, there's just no imperfections in this binding. He does tooling, which costs a little bit more if you have him do tooling. Kind of hard to see in the light at this angle, but see how he does these little toolings with each rib. He can put crosses, all kinds of stuff. If you go to his Facebook page, he has some Instagram page, Bensbibles, to see all of his work that he's done. He could do he did a sword cross, which is one that I'm having him do right now on a Bible that I have that he's going to be sending me along here in a while, and he's had one that he's done like that before, and I chose to have mine done like that. It's so cool looking. The ribs are just perfect. I mean, just spaced out just right, nice and defined. This lamb skin is amazing, and then the inside liner is called a what's that, French lame liner, fabric type stuff, or he said that it was a leather, but everything I keep finding on it's a type of fabric. So I don't know. All I know is it's really cool. It's like it's kind of got a grippy feel to it, and the shine isn't that much when you're indoors. The sun just makes this thing gleam, but when you wipe it one way, it's shiny, and then you wipe it back, and it's kind of like suede. The fibers kind of give it a different look when you're pushing on it. It's really cool. As you can see, he does puts the liner up inside there, so it is edge lined. That's what keeps that nice and strong, so it doesn't pull apart down in here. And he is really good about bringing that line all the way up to the very edge. And I have a couple Bibles here to show you the difference. And some people say it's not a big difference, but overall, when you have that gap there, it can get snagged and bumped, and it just looks nicer when it's nice and clean like that. It gives it a great professional look to it. And Ben is a perfectionist. This guy, you can just tell that he really takes his time to make sure that every edge and every line is straight. The end sheet here is just perfectly done, nice and straight and clean. And this is a Bible that I've reviewed before, so I'm not going to go into the inside of it. I just wanted to show the binding. Same on the back side. It's got like a cherry, kind of like a dark cherry red, more than it is a burgundy. When you get it in other shades of light, you can see the spots and stuff, and it is really cool. This is like an excellent rebind. I highly recommend Ben. This kind of style, I think he said on one of his videos on YouTube that this style is $130, I'd like to say. 130 bucks if you send your Bible to him to have it rebound. It runs about 130 with the little tooling that he has right here. And then each additional tooling job that he does on there, the price goes up because of the amount of time it takes to do all that. The spine is super strong. I mean, it's just a solid job. He did really well, excuse me for that loud truck, but he did really well at the binding of keeping that thing nice and flexed. This is still pretty stiff because my wife hasn't really taken it out a whole lot yet. We've been really busy, and she hasn't been reading as much. As soon as this thing gets stretched out, I mean, it comes to you a little bit stiff because of the ribbing, but other than that, I mean, it's flat. It lays excellently flat. It's just nice and thick, really well done. He does have Beresford ribbons now, for anybody that wants to know. His other ribbons that he had were like a one-sided satin ribbon. These are double-sided from a company in, I think it's in Europe, somewhere over on that side. These ribbons are just completely better than anything you're going to find out there. On the camera, it kind of shows to be like a pinkish color, but it's actually a dark wine color, and it changes in the light. So he has Beresford ribbons now for the collectors that like to have that thicker, nice-looking ribbon. Us Bible junkies are really into those, and it's just beautiful. It has more of a sparkle to it. I can move this thing over into the shade. Grab my other Bibles here because I want to show you guys something. Sorry about that. As you can see, when you move it over here into the darker shade, look how quick that ribbon changes color. And the sunshine just makes it look kind of pink, so you're like, wow, that's kind of funky looking. But once you see it indoors and in the shade, everything matches perfect. It is just a gorgeous job. Thanks to Ben. He's a great guy. Really easy to get a hold. Super nice guy. We had problems with our leather at first, trying to find a hide that would work. The stuff that I ordered first was a little bit too thin, and he was going to try to do it, and I said, you know what, let's just go with something else. And then the next one that he had wasn't enough to do this big old Bible, because it's a thick Bible. And so he came up a little short with that color, and we said, you know, let's try something else. And next thing I know, he's sending me a message and says, hey, I found this leather for you. Don't know if you'd like it. And it was just awesome. He went out and found this like really cool piece of leather for us, and it worked out. So thanks to that, Ben. That was really cool. Anyways, I just want to do a good video and show this thing off. And look at that grain on that lambskin. It's just awesome. There's nothing like having a real handmade leather Bible, guys. And show you the difference here for people that don't know. Right here is a genuine leather NASB, which is a cardstock where they put the board inside between the leather and the paper that they have here. Which is a nice Bible. It's only like $20, $25 Bible, which I love this little thing. But, you know, they get all wiggly here on the line. You know, the paper almost comes past the binding there because it's so crooked when they cut it. But those are just the little flaws you get with cheapo Bibles. But what I wanted to show is this is the difference between buying a Bible at the store. Right there, when you pull this, you know, when you keep using this Bible and flipping it open, it pulls on the paper constantly. And then it starts to separate here, and you get that constant pull. And once that glue comes apart here, you lose your whole binding, and then it's just garbage. And then you have to start gluing it, making it work. You know, and that's what you don't get with a leather-bound Bible that Ben does, or any other bindery. I think Ben does an excellent job with that part of the construction, which I think is hugely important to the construction of the Bible. I mean, you got the tab that goes up in here with the liner. that he puts up inside there and glues it like an R.L. Allen or a Cambridge Bible does. He does a really great job of keeping that line straight and not having a big gap right there. I'll show real quick with the Bible that I'm going to do another review on here. It's a local church Bible, and they do a good job too, but they have that little bit of gap there. Let me focus my camera. And they have this gap right there. And it's not a big deal, but sometimes it can get snagged up, and it just, sometimes it looks kind of choppy in there, but it's just one of those minor little things that the quality of, a craftsman that's doing one for you that you pay a little extra to have done. Ben really takes the time to make sure it's nice and straight. So, anyways, guys, if you want to rebind, I highly recommend Ben. Bensbibles. He does an awesome job. Lives in Texas. It takes about 4 to 5 weeks. He's a busy guy right now. He's gained some popularity with a lot of us collectors online, and they've had him just building Bibles like all day long. So he has a real handsome family. He's got 3 kids, I think it is. Him and his wife, and just a beautiful family. And he's just a great guy, and he's trying really hard to make a living off of making beautiful Bibles. So I highly recommend him, guys, and go that route and give him your support. So anyways, God bless everybody. Hope you like.